I feel bad. Like he had a great show, and he left because he was being too recognized.
Yeah, he was too popular, and he was like, I don't want this.
Process that. He lives in Alaska.
Yeah.
There's like 2,000 people in some of those towns.
Well, he became too.
Like, how did he not already known in those towns? Like,
I'm too popular.
Too popular.
Just my two neighbors now know my first name.
6 people now know me. I gotta quit.
I went to the local butcher the other day, and he knew me by first name.
The crazy thing is, though, I bet you he made enough money to be like, I'm good.
Well, that's why he stopped. He said he wants to spend time with his family, not do stuff anymore.
Imagine, yeah.
But that's how I felt when I was out there.
16 million subscribers.
Yeah, man. But it was fun though. Let's make an episode. Let's do stuff. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, so I want to just I want to get in there and do it. Welcome to Non-Professional Development. My name's Ted,
and my name is Dave. So as you can probably see, we are not your ordinary podcast. We're here to make you laugh on your drive in and home from work.
But we do have a couple rules on our pod.
Yep.
The first one's so easy. Teaching is fun. It's okay to laugh at yourself and all the funny things that happen during your school day. That's why we're here.
Yes. Next up, no negativity. So, like rule 1, this is a lighthearted show, not a gripe session. So if we ever find ourselves or a guest being negative, we hit you with one of these buzzers.
And last, but super not least, between all the laughs, we want to make sure we give you some useful content.
Hopefully.
And we want to get some back from all of you too. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Welcome back to our viewers, to our listeners. For you, it's been zero time at all. For us, it has been a few weeks. We got together. We did our watch party.
Oh, yeah.
For our episodes that are, by the time you hear this, they'll already be out. But
we also had a water balloon fight.
Yes, we did do a water balloon fight, which was fun. But this is Non-Professional Development. I am Ted.
I am Dave.
And we are rocking and rolling. When you get this, it'll be later. But for us, school is almost out.
Yes.
So how's the end of the year been for you? What do you got? I know we got, for us, June 17th is the last day. I think same for you?
Yeah, it's pretty late. And we didn't even have any snow days.
Snow day.
Which is funny to me, like thinking about other areas of the country. Like they don't have snow days, but like they have.
But some places go year round.
They have air conditioning. Ah, that's true.
And they do like 3 weeks off here and there because it's just always nice. For us, they need to let us have vitamin D or we're all going to have seasonal depression forever.
That's true. I don't know what I would prefer. Would you prefer like year round with more time off, or would you prefer the summer off? Like I like that chunk. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's funny because some of my students had to debate that in their English class last year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And like their arguments were like at one point, like I walked in, they wanted me to be a judge. I was like, well, I'm biased. I like the summer off. And then they started talking about like, well, you go to school for 4 weeks and then you get 3 weeks off. And it just works like that. So every 4 or 5 weeks, you get 3 weeks off. You get a month off.
Oh, that's pretty good too.
But then like, like during those crappy months where you're like, man, I don't care if I'm at work. Like it sucks outside. Like I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere in like December, like 7th.
Yeah, see, that's my jam time. I like the winter. But I have to say, though,
But the summer, I hate how hot it gets in the summer. Like, I don't like humidity. So, like, being off is also irrelevant sometimes.
Well, my school doesn't have air conditioning. We would die.
Oh, yeah. You guys would need hospitals.
But the other thing is like, I get it. Like, I feel like it would be impossible to build any type of teaching momentum. Like you need to build momentum throughout the school year.
See, the argument is that you build momentum for that one chunk, and then you reset so that you avoid that burnout of like by like March you're like that bridge abutment is calling my name on your drive home. I
feel like that could be accomplished with maybe just an extra week off around the holidays.
So
we only get a week off, like for the Christmas break or a week and a half.
Maybe, like do it like college style.
Like if you,
end of January, you get the whole month of January. But then you'd be in school until the end of June.
Yeah, so you've accomplished the same thing, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
So interesting though. I'm excited for the summer. Do you have any plans? Are you doing anything? Got any big plans? Just hanging out? I know we're going to be doing some grilling for sure.
My
and we'll be doing some summer.
And smoking meat, which, by the way, I was infuriated the other day. I'm like, because I say it every year. I'm like, the smoker can go all winter long. Like, why not?
Yeah.
But I never do it. It's because of time. Like, you need the time. And so just because you can smoke meat all winter, you don't, because you're busy and you can't leave the house.
It sucks like if it's snowing out, like to go outside and check the smoker
right,
and get cold.
Right. So
like,
I'm very much looking forward to like the ribs, that 3-2-1 ribs.
We're gonna definitely be grilling, and viewers and listeners will definitely be doing some outside episodes this summer while we're chilling, grilling meats. And
so Ted and I have
enjoying.
in fact, Mark, you have not experienced this yet. So Ted and I have a thing with our buddy Eric, and so we do this thing. We've always started later. We need to start.
That's because
earlier.
Eric's hibernates until the end of June.
That's true. However, what we do is it's a full day. You could call it a meat festival, but basically you start with a
He's
flat top.
skeptical because of the way you described
So
that.
you have you got Blackstone cooktop,
just a bunch of guys hanging out,
smoker and a grill and a fire pit, and we start with like breakfast on the flat top. Everybody eats breakfast. We have a good time, and then everybody kind of just chills. We relax, and then we start making appetizer size things. We take a nap, like literally outside.
Get the
You
zero
just get
grab
the
chair
chairs,
going.
you take a nap, right?
Nice.
Then you have another course of stuff, and then another course, and another course. and you
Meanwhile,
just-
stuff's going in the smoker. 'Cause that's for dinner later.
and then but everything's like after breakfast, everything is like sort of appetizer sized, except for
So good.
like a dinner portion or whatever. But like it's just appetizers every hour for the whole day.
The grilled pineapple with
Oh my
balsamic.
God, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like the little things,
It's-
like the bacon wrap scallops that we actually bacon wrap and scallop and and the smoker.
one-
I
The
mean,
thing-
Ted could literally cook me anything, and
Yeah.
he already knows I'm like,
Yeah.
bet.
Oh,
So-
dude, how good they're like. I was like, we're
start
gonna
drooling.
need to have our arteries ballooned open, but you made them
the tire fire.
No, not that, but we got it. That's delicious. He needs to know about that. But no, it was like the Scotch egg thing, but it wasn't. It was what were they called? Like armadillo eggs or something.
An armadillo egg. So
Listen to what this heart attack is.
It's a jalapeno popper,
wrapped in bacon.
with lots of cheese on it, nice like really good spicy cream cheese and stuff.
Wrapped
And
in
then
bacon.
wrapped in sausage, and then the entire thing it was wrapped in something else.
Wrapped in bacon
Bacon again, right?
Yikes.
And you take that
yay.
this monstrosity, which is egg
It's the
shaped.
size of your fist.
Yeah, it's huge by the end of it.
God.
And you put that thing in the smoker for like 5 hours.
And you baste it with a little barbecue sauce at the end.
You cut that thing with a knife at the end. It's
Good thing you both could teach EMT because we made it.
Yeah, no, you have to have.
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah.
have to have
Oh,
an
yeah.
AED. You have to
Yeah.
wear the pads.
Oh, yeah.
Like it says shock. It says
replaced,
shock
yeah.
advised while you're eating it.
the other one I have, Mark, the tire fire he was talking
the
about.
tire fire is great.
It's served simply with a rubber glove because it's impossible to eat. Because it's a.
Like if it was on a menu as a restaurant, it would say tire fire burger. It would describe it.
We'll
It
have to
goes,
show these this summer. We'll have to do the live episode.
We'll do the
But
live.
so
served simply with one black rubber glove.
You have to though, because it's a burger in the shape of a donut, right? And you cook it over easy, right? You cook it rare, right? And then as it's rare, you crack an egg in the middle of that burger donut, right, on the flat top.
Yep.
You wait till that's about close. You throw a giant tortilla, 2 strips of bacon,
Pepper jack
slice
cheese.
of pepper jack cheese. You take your burger egg combo when the egg's about right over easy. You slap that in the middle. Another piece of pepper jack cheese, 2 more pieces of bacon. Then you wrap the whole thing up.
Then there's also grilled onions and jalapenos that go in it.
And then you wrap it all up, flip it over, put the press on it, and leave it.
So it's like a crunch wrap, sort of.
So and it's but the problem is because it doesn't have a bun, it's extremely hot to hold. You can't hold it, even though it's the same temperature as a hamburger.
Yep.
So you serve it with a single rubber glove, and
So you can
when
eat
you
that
bite
thing.
into it, that over easy egg hits. Oh
hot.
my
And then we
God.
got to do. I know we're gonna do it for definitely for school, but we did it last summer and it was really fun because he's got the hot ones thing. So we did
yeah.
fajitas one night and like
The
you had
hot
that,
ones.
like the hot ones challenge. Who can eat the hottest
All
fajita?
10.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's super fun.
It's scary, but it's fun.
Why we have bidets.
So, our viewers and listeners, when you're home this summer, let us know what are you doing this summer? Like that's
Yeah,
that's my
we'll
summer.
grill
Like
it.
I'm not doing anything crazy. Like
what
no
we're
big
doing.
trips or anything like that. Just hanging out with
Not
the
this
family
year anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, just hanging out with the family this summer, doing some stuff at home. spending some time with you, grilling out. We'll have to get Brandon, my partner, first time teacher, his first summer off. Everybody, his first, like, that's just like,
that
man,
was eye opening,
right?
For me.
Like,
I don't know, like the first summer off was so.
I want to. Yeah, let's like hear from our listeners. Like, what was it like when you became a teacher? What, like, that first time you walked out and you knew you didn't, like? You didn't have to go back for like 10+ weeks, and you were like, what do I do with this? Like, so hear from you. What are you guys doing this summer? You just hanging out? Tell us your wild trip plans. I know last year you went to Japan, which was super cool.
The whole,
man. Like, yeah, that was awesome. So,
but that was from the teachers. Yeah. I gotta tell you, like, we'll talk about it in another episode.
Yeah, we'll go into it deeper for sure.
There's so many unbelievable teacher organizations that support teachers, and this was the Fund for Teachers, and they paid for me to go to Japan for the month. It was amazing. And
sent me a lot of cool stuff.
It benefited my students huge because I did a live blog every day with the kids, like from Japan live, and like we learned about. So we, first responder type stuff. Like I went to all the police stations in Japan, the fire stations, the EMS stations. I went to Fukushima. Like I saw everything. Like, and the kids all got to see that live. Like it was super cool.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hear about what you guys are doing this summer. I hope wherever you are, you're going to enjoy it, have some fun. A much needed break. I know if it's anything like us, teachers. Again, we see you. Now I'm new doing it. Man, it's a long year. When I was before I came into the profession, I was like, these teachers, they get so much time off, this, that, the other thing. But man, it is a grind, and like you pour your heart and soul into it all year long. So it's like this time is really like a nice reset. So I hope you enjoy your summer.
True.
With that, we got our weekly segment of Ted's Time Machine.
Oh God.
This one.
Goose. No, we're in trouble.
No, this one.
No.
I went off the gas pedal a little bit of all the weird things that apparently happened.
When did you get off the gas pedal? Please tell me.
So
we've so far we've been rinsing mouthwash in the hallways. We've been
square dancing.
Jesus, my God.
We've done square dancing. But what have they've been so? I've done swish, which nobody. That's crazy.
Yep.
Square dancing, crazy.
Just keep going. What do you got this week?
So this one I think everybody can relate to.
I'm getting ready with the buzzer.
Yeah, no.
We didn't explain the rules, but keep going.
That's all right. Viewers, you know the rules. We're going to post them in the show notes as well. This one I think everybody can relate to. Because I was sitting in school. No, you will. I promise.
All right.
I promise everybody, Goose, Dave, listeners, I promise this time you'll relate. So sitting in
you
school,
guys have to wear like toeless socks because we had to do that.
No, the toe ones, like the rainbow toed ones.
Just keep going.
So I was sitting at school and like one of my kids came back from being out sick. They were home sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what was your day like? I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, because for me,
Sally Jesse Raphael.
That's what I'm getting to. So like when and I'm sure for you, because you're not that far behind. That's what I'm getting at. So for me,
Price is Right.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, as a kid, because I didn't stay home sick a lot, because my parents were like, no.
Yeah, same.
Like they would drag my carcass to the bus stop.
There was one time the nurse called my mom and said I had a fever, and my mom said,
was like, give him some ice, send him back.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like I sat in the nurse's office for 2 more hours, and my mom was like, I'm not picking him up.
Oh, right. my mom.
He's
was
fine.
So my mom. I think my mom wanted me home. So like she'd always say
that's nice.
So like, but I just didn't abuse it.
My mom was really. I didn't
know.
either.
My mom. I have to ask my mom that now.
Yeah, we should. Like, my mom was really skeptical all the time when I was like, I'm sick. She was like, are you really though? And I'd be like, yes. Like I don't feel good. She's like, all right. Well, we'll see. Like I went to lengths. Like sometimes I wasn't sick. And Mom, if you're listening to this episode, I'm sorry that I lied to you. I would like one morning, I remember like specifically, I was like, I am not going to school today. I was like, but my mom was like, she was a stickler. She was like, this is why I think I was a good detective. Like in my other life, because my mom was like, well, get over here. Let me feel your forehead. Let's check the pallor of your skin. Let's see, are you cold sweating? Are you like, my mom was like, you're not staying home unless you're actually sick, because I'm not dealing with you all day. My mom worked nights.
All right.
So my mom worked 7 p to 7 a. So the daytime was my mom's time.
Ted jumps out of bed, does 100 jumping jacks, gets back in the bed. Mom.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom.
I've done that.
Dude, hottest water I could possibly turn on. and like soaked a towel and like went back, like snuck back into my room and laid the hot, like scalding hot towel. I was like, I'm gonna have to go.
Put on like 2 hoodies, lay under all
I was
the
like,
blankets.
I really am
make
gonna have to go to
yourself
the
just
hospital. Like
sweat.
I'm burning. There's like your shower. I was like, I'm burning layers of skin off my forehead. And then as soon as I was like, I cannot take this anymore, I hid the wet towel. Went into my mom's room. I'm like, oh God, I don't feel good. She's like, well, let me feel your forehead. And she's like, oh, you are warm. I was like, it's working.
It's working.
It's working. And so when I stayed home sick, though, you know, when I made it work, it was a whole day. Like you were like, I did it. I'm off.
I succeeded. Great success.
And my day was
Yes.
filled with like shows that I never got to see during the day. Right. So like,
Dude, I learned all about shopping at supermarkets from The Price is Right. Bob Barker, man.
Bob
I also
Barker,
learned about
that
horrible
was the
womanizing
pinnacle,
from
right?
Bob
And that's
Barker.
that's the my time machine is the pinnacle show, like because you got to see like all the craze, like Sally. You got to see the morning like riff raff
Jerry
talk
Springer.
show. Jerry Springer. My mom.
I
would
started
come
to
in-
believe that like Jerry Springer was normal like relationships in the
Yeah, it
society.
was
I'm like, I don't see this much. This
Yeah,
is
I was
wild.
like, for the amount of cousins that are marrying each other on this show, I never see that around here.
I've never thrown a chair. That's weird.
Wait a minute. I was like, my parents have never done this before.
The soap operas you just flip by because it's boring.
Yeah,
Always had the same music.
Same music and like
Dramatic
weird
cuts.
but like also weird camera angle, right? Like soap
Yeah.
operas, I don't know why, like the whatever camera angle and lens they use, it's very odd.
And what I
it
want to
would-
know is
And
how come
the
how
lighting,
off-put-
the lighting was
it's just very
weird.
off-putting.
Yeah.
if this was a general hospital, why were they not shut down years ago? Like it's a very bad hospital.
Yeah, people are
like don't go there.
no.
There's
you should not let these people care for you
not-
because they
it
don't
is
care.
very general.
Yeah.
And it is not a good hospital.
But the pinnacle show was Price is Right.
Yes.
That's like you were like
So, what's your favorite Price is Right game? I already know mine.
okay. My favorite is the Yodeler.
You're
the Yodeler at the mountain, that's my
mine's
favorite.
Plinko.
Plinko. Oh, classic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because the
Plinko's
sound.
classic. Yeah.
Plus, I want to know what the weight of those discs. They look very light.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like it's funny because the Plinko discs look super light, but the amount of sheer weight in the wheel, and they always have an 84-year-old grandmother
And
that they're like, it's got to make one full revolution. I was like, this woman doesn't
then
have
Bob-
one full revolution around the earth
Bob
left in
always
her.
goes over to help her.
Yeah.
I was always convinced sometimes like there had to be a secret motor in that thing. That
I
would
don't think
go
there
a
was.
little bit more like
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I
think,
don't know.
Like
Yeah,
Bob Barker, God rest his soul, was like way stronger than I think people give credit to. Because I saw like
I've seen
grown men hanging off that thing, and Bob Barker would just come over, and be like,
Yeah.
it's got to make one full revolution, and like kick that thing around
Yeah.
like it was no.
Yeah.
But he knew the secret spot though.
Yeah,
I think
he
it was a
did.
secret spot. What was your favorite game?
I feel like
No pressure.
I mean,
There's so many.
I know.
I want to make a Plinko board now for my classroom,
Oh, that's actually a really cool idea.
like with different activities at the bottom or whatever. But like
Like
or
informal
class
assessment
like,
games or something.
Class like rewards, like you get to go to the Plinko game. Like,
Write that down. Plinko board for if I could make the Yodeler happen, I would do it and just annoy every other shop in the building.
The
You just-
Yodeler.
like, oh, CJPS must be doing something cool. They get to play the Yodeler game.
I really wonder now. I apologize. I wonder if I abused
Yeah,
my sick time. at
text
home.
mom. Oh, we're gonna call her.
Yeah, better than
Call
that.
on mom on the pod. Oh, while he's doing
This
that,
could be
look
embarrassing.
up guy tears
Hang on,
tears ACL on Price is Right.
Hey.
Hey, so you are Ted and I are recording our podcast right now with our buddy Goose. So I have a question for you though, because
Sure.
did I ever abuse sick time as a kid in high school or in elementary school or high school?
Never.
Really? I feel like I did.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't remember, and I would have let you. But I don't.
Yes, he did say that. He said that you
All
would
right,
definitely let him.
I did say that. I did say that you would have let me. And
Yeah, it's the
that's
first one,
why I
the guy in
didn't
the
think I
chair.
abused it, but
It's that first one, that dude in the chair.
awesome. All right, that's it.
He
Love
just
you.
absolutely.
Okay, I love you.
Bye.
All right. So this guy, this is an episode of The Price is Right. I remember this when I was a kid. I don't know.
Injured contestant.
So I don't know why I have this core memory. I was home from school sick, and I was watching The Price is Right, and I watched this guy just go down like a ton of bricks. And as a kid, I didn't know, like, this man fully tears his ACL
Doing what?
Just by being like, because you know how people get so excited.
Yeah,
on The
but
Price
what
is
was
Right?
the? I gotta see this.
Yeah, we have to watch
Do it.
this because it's so good.
How far does it go though?
We'll skip through. So it was obviously you can tell this was during the time when I would have been home. Like it's very early. So here he comes.
He probably has a car.
Well, he's not.
He's in a chair.
He's not in the most. He's not in the greatest shape.
He's in a chair. In the
At
second
the end,
half.
by the end, he's in the chair because
So it's got to be like right about there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
yeah. You see the view count go up.
Yep. Okay, so he's
He looks
psyched
very
up.
excited.
So, he's psyched up. Scott's psyched up.
Oh,
So
I
wait,
love that.
what? There it is, right there.
Oh God.
So this man just tore his ACL on live TV. Was it live? I don't think it was live. They're like, Bob Barker was the best host. He immediately knew. He's like, we're gonna cut to commercial, and
That
they
was
come,
good,
and now
Bob.
they come back to do the wheel.
I gotta tell you, we need that sound effect. Bum, 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 bum.
That is a good. Imagine
Contestants who tore their ACL will receive.
you lost.
Look at that.
He's sitting in the chair. He can't walk. And Bob's laughing at him. They brought out an
Hang on.
office chair. They told him, don't jump up. Bob, the strongest guy on the planet.
Bob spun the wheel for him. He literally tore.
Bob also loses for him, which is hilarious. Oh, actually, I think he wins for him. Yeah, Bob wins for him because he goes. I remember he goes to the final.
In that chair.
Yeah, he's got to scoot around in the chair.
He actually almost got up.
So
That is pretty good.
that was my memorable episode. He ends up losing in the final, but he goes home with probably a debilitating hospital bill, but a set of fine silverware because every contestant got one.
Love it.
But imagine losing the car and then immediately knowing, well, I'm not going to drive out of here, and now I need to go get surgery.
pretty bad.
So that was my Ted's Time Machine for the week, staying home sick. I was also like younger days too, like Nick Jr. Stay home, like Franklin the turtle. I'd watch that.
Oh
that
no,
stuff,
mine was almost all
the daytime talk.
daytime
Judge
talk.
Judy.
Oh,
I
Judge
send you the
Judy.
memes sometimes, like Judge Judy.
I have seen every single. I feel like before I was a police officer, I feel like I could settle any neighbor dispute
From watching
just
Judge
with,
Judy.
with savage. No, that's not the way it is. You know it, ma'am.
Yeah, Judge Judy is how I am. Soon as like mid-April to May hits with the kids, I'm like, sit down. I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah.
You know. So, speaking of school and staying home sick, but I also love when we think about and talk about stuff that's so normal at school, but totally absurd anywhere else.
like all of our Petco stuff.
Yeah, like like Sally at Petco.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have one. So,
yeah. Hit me with
I'm
yours.
tempted to pull it up. I have it pretty much memorized though by now. So, Mark, it dawned on me the other day. I thought about it when we were thinking about like the pod, and I'm like, oh, I have to bring this on. So, things that are normal at school but not normal anywhere else, and frankly, kind of weird anywhere else. Like very weird. So I want you to picture this, Mr. Ted. Mr. Ted, you are working in an office building.
Yeah.
All right. It is.
You want me to close my eyes for this?
Yep. Close
Okay.
your eyes, please.
Got it.
You're working in an office building. It is.
Don't close your eyes if you're driving
it is,
to work, viewers.
It is.
Or do.
Let's say 34 stories. You're in a major metropolitan city.
Yeah.
You have a suit on. You've worked your whole life for this career.
Yep.
Everything is going well.
Got my corner office.
You've been placed in your position. Things are going well. You have your nice desk. Everything's set up. You've been there for.
Is my desk mahogany?
No, but it's
Okay.
nice. It's very nice. You've been there for at least a year now. Things are going really well. Yeah, you've been there for 5 years. Like it's nice. Like you have a nice view.
I'm a quick
Keep
riser.
those eyes
Oh,
closed.
sorry,
You have a nice view. Everything right. And everything's set up. Everything looks the way it should.
I'm scared that Goose is going to hurt me.
And it's all going very well, right? And then you get an email it is just before your, well, since it's work, a regular job, we'll say it's just before your winter break, right? And so I
took some time off to go skiing in Aspen with the
whole
family.
office is closing for 2 weeks for the winter break, and you're very excited about it.
Yep.
And you get an email called end of year checklist. Okay. And the first thing on the checklist is remember to turn in all of your keys.
I love this.
And you're like, that seems weird. And you're like,
but I work here.
I that seems very weird to me.
I work here.
I'm definitely coming back after the break, I thought. And then the next bullet point is, please clean off your entire desk in case it needs to be moved.
Now I'm worried because I work here.
Yeah.
Very nice office.
Yes. You can open your eyes now.
Okay.
We can just stop with even just those
I was
two.
falling asleep.
Even just with those 2 bullet points.
That's so funny.
So every teacher I learned when I started teaching.
Yeah,
I
didn't know
had
this
no
until I
idea
started
before
either.
this.
Nope.
You have to turn in every single
Everything.
key you have to the building.
As if you are getting fired.
And here's the problem. Is you might be. It's like, so by contract, they're supposed to let you know before this certain date or whatever. But the reason why they have you turn your keys in is because a lot can happen over the summer. That's 2 months, 2.5 months. And so could the locks change of the building? Could they be new? Could they move your room randomly? So like,
Which they can.
Mark, your room, you were really like this office, but we're going to put you over here now. And this is where you are now. And
Could you imagine that? Like any other job but a school.
Yeah. And so but you literally, when you turn in your
They just
keys,
move all the registers at Petco. You go for a long weekend and they're like, I know you worked on register 4, but now it's out back by the dumpsters.
aisle 6 is now aisle 8. Sorry about that. We're not gonna tell you until the kids find out. But it's nuts. And so you when you leave at the end of a school year and you turn in all of your
Everything.
keys, you have a momentary, is this it?
Yeah.
And so it's just weird to me.
It is funny you say that because so obviously
And they keep track. So
they do.
and these keys are all they're all non-copyable. You literally can't get these keys made anywhere else.
You're not.
Besides,
you're also,
is it printed on it? I don't
you're
know where
not
they
allowed
get
to
these
leave.
keys,
You're not allowed to leave for your summer off until you turn in.
Yeah.
This check. The last signature is from your assistant principal
with the key list,
and you're not allowed to leave until it's like a scavenger hunt at the end of the year because you have to find.
Yeah, you have to find all the
different things that you need to turn in. Like you have to find the librarian if you're going to keep your Chromebook for the summer, and if you're not, you have to
get
turn it back in.
signatures. You have to get a signature from maintenance that your
that
room
you-
is left in
that
order
you put
that
all
they-
your chairs
that you put your
where they're
chair
supposed to be.
It's nuts.
It's like when you get out of the military and you have to turn on all your gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. They're like, you were issued these as soon as you got in.
They're like, you had four breath
gas
mints
mask.
I'll
And,
never forget the PD did that to me when after over almost 15 years, over a decade at the police department. I'll never forget. They're like, "Do you have the USB drive we issued
the
you?"
USB drive.
when I first started, I'm like, the what? The
had those?
like the thing that's been crushed,
It's like a 14-year-old USB,
for
the metal,
for like $10.
stick in.
Yeah. And so, but anyway, but the 100% those keys, it's crazy. And they, to be fair, and I know admin's got to they have to do this,
100%.
but it's not for malicious purposes. For instance, at my school, and I don't know how they do it at your school. They just put them in a manila envelope, and you write your name on it, and they seal it, and they just give you back the manila envelope at the beginning of next
first day of
year.
school,
So it's not devastating. I don't want to go negative where we have to hit the buzzer, but it is still shocking.
Just as a new teacher,
especially like Brandon, he's not going to hear this episode before he has to do it, and he's got to literally turn in.
the email
when they say turn in your keys,
and
it's his first year, and he's like, this didn't go well.
The email just came out from maintenance, and so I told him because that was my first year, and they were like, turn in all your stuff and empty your desk, and I was like. Well, I thought I had done better than that.
My evaluation said I did pretty good.
I said I got all 4s. I thought I did all right. But I told him, I was like, the last day of school that you would think is this jovial, not stressful day.
Oh yeah, no,
becomes immediately stressful because it's a half day for the kids. So the bell rings at noon and now it's on. Every teacher in that building is on the same scavenger hunt as everybody else. And it's like, you need to find these, because the faster
Mark,
you find these people.
If I could picture this for Mark, because he's not been in this situation. Imagine a long hallway, okay, and you have teacher rooms on every side, right? And during a normal school day, those doors are propped open. There's kids coming in and out. You know, like it's very normal. There's lockers on both sides. What Ted is picturing to you and what I'm picturing to you is, imagine that same site. You're looking down that long hallway, right?
Yep.
And there's burn bins in the middle of the hallway, all right? Teachers are throwing things. There's fires everywhere. There's like chaos. Chairs being pushed out. Like there's desks in the middle of the place. Like you hear one teacher's got like Motley Crue playing and another teacher is crying. Like it's the craziest sight you've ever seen in your life.
The minute the kids leave,
because they have to get rid of So that's a good thing, by the way, of the end of the school years. You can get rid of anything that didn't pertain to that next year. Yeah. So you literally throw away everything. It's nice.
Actually really cathartic.
It's a complete
I would
reset.
love to be able to do that.
Complete reset. Everything.
But that's
saving.
like so unique to just school, because like imagine at Petco they just walk down the aisles at the end of your work shift and just arms out, everything into the dumpster.
Everything's dumpster.
Like,
and you
like those are good dog leashes. Not anymore. It's 6:15.
Nope, that was last year's leashes, and you just restart. Like it's just crazy. You're like, what? But everything resets. You're like, no, we don't need last year's leash.
And you walk in, and like the first day of school, it's like it's like a hard. It's like
hard reset.
It's like on a Nintendo when you used to have to blow in the thing because like it didn't work right.
Every folder you have is empty. Yeah. You're like, what is this? Yeah. Like, there's nothing.
It's the only time of the year that my desk is going to not have my kids' crap on it because they just leave their stuff on it.
Same. There's nothing anywhere. It's the best.
It's beautiful.
But that's the last day of school.
Yeah.
It's Armageddon.
It really is.
Everybody knows they're not coming back, and they treat it as such.
And then we do actually a very nice barbecue in our masonry department. So like, it's also really cathartic. So like, I'm the Motley Crue. I'm blasting Motley Crue, and I'm like punching manila folders into the garbage can, and like throwing chairs onto counters.
This year we're doing one at a teacher's house at their pool. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
So nobody wants to, like, everybody just wants to leave. Yeah. So like, but maintenance, masonry, shout out to them. They always like do like a nice like potluck. So like everybody goes in, has a bite to eat, and then, says our goodbyes, and everybody's off for summer. Cool. My anywhere but school is a perfect segue into the back half of our show, which is going to be fantastic. Is, can you imagine? Now I want you to close your eyes.
Oh no! Should I take my glasses off too?
Yeah,
because I can see with my eyes closed.
Yeah, you got to really get in the mood. So
have I ever done that?
So close your eyes.
People with glasses. Yeah. Like I feel like when somebody asks me to close my eyes, I feel obligated to take my glasses off too. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys don't have glasses, but I always feel that way.
Glasses and
I just have contacts, and it would be if I took them out, I'd be in trouble.
I'd be blind.
My glasses are off. So close your eyes.
You and Marjorie, you work at Petco together. You guys are the day shift. Goose, you are the general manager of the store, and you have said, well, you know what? Dave and Marjorie have been working real hard. Dave's been keeping up on dog food sales. Marjorie has been selling cat toys like wildfire.
We're a good team.
Yeah, you guys are great. And we're going to shut it down for the whole day. And we're going to load up on a school bus. And we are going to go to Sturbridge Village.
No
We're going to go on a field trip. We're going to go on a field trip. We're going to shut the store down. I don't care if Susan needs catnip. I don't care if Doug needs
keep my eyes closed.
Goldfish toys. You can open them now.
Okay.
How insane are field trips? You're just like, we're going to leave now.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine? And just like a regular business, a hospital. You're like, I need surgery. And they're like, yeah, well, we're all at Sturbridge Village today enjoying. We are learning how they made bread in 1647.
So I feel like there's no way I appreciated field trips when I was in school for what they actually were. I would love to learn about a water wheel and how it made power now. Like I would be just done. Like I feel like field trips should be occurring now in life rather than earlier in life when they don't appreciate it. Like, take me on the field trip.
Yeah.
I want to see
I
how
want to see how flour is made and ground.
I want to make my own fabric. Like,
exactly.
Like,
I want to see the wool go from wool to yarn.
Yes.
And but like, you know, just imagine
it's like that. What's
and like
that episode? How they make this or how they do this?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that,
How it's
that
made.
guy that talks.
Yeah.
This is how they make the candy
how it's
corn.
made is just like,
or whatever.
how it's made on Discovery is just a field trip at home for adults.
Yes, it's true. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
So like, but like they do like team building outings at like work and stuff, but that's not a field trip.
No.
Like that's like a field trip is like you get a brown bagged lunch with a ham sandwich in it, and you're like, we're gonna go watch some very sad 48-year-old woman in a very hot wool gown make meat pies in a stone oven while a goat runs through the pasture.
It's true.
And or like I remember we went to where did we go?
But like,
I think it was we went to the Peabody Museum when I was a kid.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good. Imagine they just shut your whole day down and they're like, guys, no
go
work
look
today.
at that T-Rex over there. That's your day.
Go
kid.
get a freeze-dried ice cream sandwich that the astronauts ate
Dude, that's so funny. I gotta tell you about that. That's on the site now.
Yeah.
That's on there.
So like, like field trips, like anywhere else but school. Like, and like when you say like when you're a teacher, you're like, oh yeah, we're going on a field trip today. Everyone was like, well, that makes sense. You're gonna bring these kids to learn something outside of the building. But if you worked at Tasca Ford and you were like, sorry, you can't buy cars today because I'm taking my entire staff to the Mystic Aquarium to see the beluga whales.
You know what though? Like I
respect it. If
me
there was
too.
just a sign on the door that says like whole staff at Mystic Aquarium today.
Think about this though. Like in a serious, practical note. Not that I'm getting sentimental, but imagine what a boost to everything in the country that would be. Mm-hmm. So imagine on Wednesdays, you know, or different days of the week, different businesses. So all the insurance companies of the United States are closed on Tuesdays because they're out visiting.
Going on a
something.
field trip. Yeah.
Yeah, a field trip. But like think of the boost that would have to the arts and the humanities and the museums and the all these cool places in the
You just
United
can't do it
States.
at hospitals or fire departments.
No, but the places that we want to have more of in the United States that give us, you know, our personality.
Right.
But whenever you go to those places, it does inspire you a little bit for your job. And so
imagine
like, why
you
would that not
you own a
like,
restaurant
help?
and you go see like rustic cooking or something like that. Like it'd be dope. It'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be super cool.
So businesses out there,
I mean,
start taking your people. Take Marjorie. She's been working hard at PetSmart. Take that woman to Sturbridge Village, will you?
It's actually not a bad idea about field trips at businesses.
Right. Like if I ran a business,
that's pretty cool.
Once a month, I'm taking you all. We're getting the group rate to Lake.
Once a month. How hard is that? That's not even asking that much.
We're gonna go to Fright Fest at Lake Compounce, and we're gonna give poor Marjorie a heart attack.
Once a week, we got you have a half. Once a week
day.
Yeah, half day. We're having the lunch at this awesome place, and then we're going to do this for the afternoon. How cool is that? Like that's not a bad idea.
Businesses.
That's
take
a good
note.
idea.
Like this is not just for teachers. We're just selling you on something.
I wonder what Red Plant Resorts
hashtag take. That'll be one of our shirts. Hashtag take Marjorie to Sturbridge.
With their business thing would be. So I have to tell you back. So our sponsor here just getting this.
Let's do a quick break in the episode for an ad read.
It's a good segment. Okay, we're taking a break from our episode here to talk about our sponsor, Red Planet Resorts. Have you ever dreamed of swapping Earth routine for the red sands of Mars? Well, welcome to Red Planet Resorts, your ticket to a luxurious, immersive Martian adventure without ever leaving your home. With a 26-month virtual journey, you'll embark on a 7-month interstellar voyage aboard the Starship Galileo. You'll spend a year at a high-end resort on Mars, and then you'll return for another 7-month journey back to Earth, all while enjoying cutting-edge safety systems, full medical suites, and gravity-simulating comfort. There's several packages you can choose from for your trip to Mars. There's a level A luxury suite. There's level B with your classic journey with a work exchange program. It's just really, really, really cool. Our resort destinations, we have several. We have Olympus Mons. We have Valles Marineris. I still don't know how NASA pronounces it. But we offer breathtaking landscapes, popular excursions like lava tube exploration, crater treks, and more. It's more than a virtual getaway, though. It's an ultimate disconnect, a way to explore and make your mark on human history. Hundreds of 5-star reviews rave about the perfect blend of relaxation, adventure, and imagination. One guest called it the perfect mix of relaxation and exploration. Highly recommend. So, are you ready to make your interplanetary travel a reality? Well, head to redplantresorts.com and use the promo code non-professional development at checkout, and you get 20% off your Martian journey today. Who says you can't be chasing your dreams just a little out of this world?
All right, welcome back to the show. We are so happy to take you through, I think, one of the craziest experiences that
I don't know how we can make this not 6 hours long.
Yeah, we're gonna
have to
condense it. Maybe we do well, you know what? Remember, join our Patreon. Maybe we'll do a longer episode. We'll break down the whole thing.
That's a good idea.
So that'll be like a Patreon episode. We'll break down the whole thing. But yeah, because this could be a whole hour itself.
I've never laughed
Did you get that airdrop I sent you? Those 2 videos? Oh, sweet. So let me set this whole stage because it's insane. If you're listening or watching this episode, it's insane. And
we chose to do this.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
teachers,
crazy part,
this was
craziest
not
part.
required of us. This was a harebrained scheme that you came up with a few years ago that I'm super stoked that I got to be a part of. And going forward.
Thinking about that quite a bit.
So here we are. Let me set the stage. Goose, here we go. You have no idea about any of this because I told you I wasn't going to tell you. It's June. Teachers, we're done.
Yeah.
We are trying to grind this thing out.
Everyone's winding down.
We are trying to grind this thing out to the end.
Figuring out what movies they can put on.
Exactly. We're just trying to figure out how to be educational because we teach to the end of the year.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, it's true. We do.
We do.
We
definitely do because we're insane people.
We definitely did. You'll hear.
So while teachers are winding it down, cleaning their classrooms up, we, Dave and I, and our other teaching partners, we loaded up collectively 70 10th graders and 11th graders. Teenagers. And we said...
all going through various stages of puberty, Mark, with very different smells.
And emotional statuses. And we said, we know what we're going to do. We're going to load them up in buses and we're going to drive them out into the middle of the woods. And we're going to go camping.
And we're going to isolate them for 3 days from everything in their lives.
Not just, we're going to go out for the day. We're going to go out
and we're going to be their sole source
of survival, literally. Which is terrifying. Thank you to my admin team. We sent them a very nice email. I know you did too, for trusting us, supporting us.
Year after year, too. This is the third year.
So, your third year, my first year. I'll start with huge success. But we are insane people that in June, when everybody's winding down, we load 70 kids up, put them on buses. Not just we're going to go out for the day and show you some stuff. No. We drove out there Tuesday morning. We stayed overnight.
We came back Thursday night.
And we didn't come back until Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And that's what we did as teachers. Loaded up 70 kids and brought them in the middle of the woods.
And this was not like easy.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about glamping.
It's not like the kids are setting up their own tents. Oh no. We have these like military FEMA style
crazy
tents. And
military
you got a
tents.
picture of the tent. It's the first one. No, the first one.
Yeah, go with the first one. Yeah.
So these crazy military style FEMA disaster tents, but they do not go up. They go up fairly easy, actually.
They do.
So
there's always one part. If you have the vestibule.
Yes. So if you have a well-trained team of people, these things go up in 15 minutes each, which is impressive because it's 35 feet long.
Did we have a well-trained team of people?
We did not. They did follow the directions
They did.
as well as they should have, but there's these connector pieces that connect the two together, and it's always a pain in the neck. It never works the way it should.
No.
And but anyway, long story short, is we set up 4 of those plus a one that's like a size of an octagon.
If you're an audio only person, Google what are these called? Like
Western Shelter
1935. Yeah. So if you're an audio only, don't Google it while you're driving. When you get home, you're like, what were these?
So
people
they're
sleeping in?
amazing.
Yeah, they're insane.
I mean, no lie, Mark. This shelter, this tent, you could live in it. I would 1000% have no problem selling my home and living in this.
100%.
It's amazing. They make insulation packs for the walls. We didn't use those, but this is no regular tent. Like it's a house.
That's wild.
And
It
it's
is. So go to the next.
incredible.
So go to the next picture. This is what it looks like on the inside. So again,
the inside of
Yeah.
it. So this is just one of the tents. Looking into one of them. So they're 19 feet wide by 35 feet wide inside. And it's incredible. And then we have those military cots, obviously, that the kids sleep on. They bring their sleeping bags. If they didn't have a sleeping bag, we tried to get kids that had extras and blankets and stuff. But
it was nice weather though. We got really, really lucky. The weather was beautiful. Shout out to DEEP for hooking us up with the site.
So the state of Connecticut really
hooked us
helped
up.
us out.
But out in the middle of Barkhamsted, middle of nowhere. It was funny when we were driving in. So I'm on the bus, and like normally I have when I drive the bus, like I have my AirPods in and I put it on noise canceling so I can't hear them all scriming.
Yeah, I use my GPS.
So I can hear the GPS and stuff, but also so I don't have to listen to the kids while I'm driving the bus. But one of them. We're like driving through like Barkhamsted. It's getting like less and less and less civilized.
Oh, there's no cell phones.
And one of them,
I rented a satellite,
an Iridium
GPS,
satellite phone,
Iridium sat phone, because I knew.
How long did it take to connect?
Oh my god, it takes 2 minutes when you place the call or receive a call. Like it rings for 2 minutes because it's connecting through a satellite, and so you have to wait your place in line. So I rented a sat phone in case we needed anything, even pizza. Like,
and it turns out we did, which we'll get to later.
It's another.
So as we're driving up, we're coming around the bend, and one of my kids goes, "You guys ever seen that vintage movie Wrong Turn?" Just Google the movie Wrong Turn, and like, and I know what it is, and I was like, first of all, vintage.
Oh, I yelled
middle
out.
finger to you. No, it's the 2003. Yeah, with Eliza Dushku. Great flick. It's not a great flick, actually. It's not a great movie. It's like a slasher movie being out in the woods. But anyway, so one of them was like, "Remember that movie Wrong Turn? Like that vintage one?" And I was like, "It's 2000. It's 2003. Chill.
Vintage.
It wasn't that
2003 is
chill.
vintage.
Okay, relax." I was like, "I am gonna leave you out here, I think." And so we're in the middle of my kids get off the bus, and one right away one of my kids goes, "Oh no." Oh no.
I yelled out to my kids when we were getting off the exit of the highway. I'm like, "Last chance to send a snap."
My kids, they got off
and if I was joking, like,
they got
"Oh,
off the bus.
no."
One of my kids, she goes, am I gonna, she goes, I have a streak on Roblox. Am I going to be able to get my consumable on Roblox? I was like, you're going to be lucky to have consumables for yourself, let alone your Roblox account. And so it was just funny. It was like, so we set it all up. And the amazing part of it is, so the story is going to be like funny and heartwarming. It's going to be like a Lifetime movie that you're about to sit through in a short amount of time. We definitely have to do a full episode for the Patreon for this. It's going to be dope because there's a lot to talk about, but we're going to condense it. Is by the time we were done setting up camp, so many of my kids who were doubting it, like there were 4 or 5 of my kids who were like, "I'm gonna go home."
Oh, I had way more than that. Way more.
Well, just that I could hear in my ear who were like, "I'm going home. Like this is insane. I'm going home.
I'm in danger." Like
no,
not even that. They were just
didn't want to do it.
Yeah, they were like, "It's hot, it's buggy, it's in the middle of the woods," and which we all take for granted because I mean, you grew up in Berlin, I grew up in Colchester, you grew up in Hamden, but your parents stuff like. I grew up in the woods.
Yeah, no,
especially me in Colchester.
They just didn't want. They just
for Christ's sakes, I did Swish as a kid, so I grew up in the woods. They didn't think we had strong teeth. I guess living out there and square dancing. Yeah, so I definitely grew up in the woods. But like by the end of us setting up, I could hear all of them. Like, okay, the hard parts are now they're starting to have fun. Yeah, and I could see them get into the rhythm, and like your kids and my kids like started to like. Then it started to happen, right? Like they started to like interweave and start to hang out.
It's hot setting up those tents, and it took a couple hours because we were in 2 separate locations, really. So we had to. We couldn't do it all at once. Normally, it would go up really quick. You could have the whole thing up in an hour, but it took a while because we had to do 2 different things. Plus, we're teaching kids who have never done this stuff before.
Right.
But so it was hot. But then they start to get like you see in this picture. They start to get set up their own areas. So like one kid brought LED lights in mine.
Yeah, I saw.
Like they got like Christmas lights set up.
One of mine, which ended up actually being like a cool thing. She was like, I'm bringing a shower. I was like, you're insane. We're only going to be out there for 2 days. Like, just relax.
I have
She's
a
like,
picture of her showing
she's like,
me. It was
she's like,
she's
no.
the biggest
she's like,
smile on her face.
She's like, no, trust me, I'm bringing the shower.
She showered every night.
And it
The
ended
only
up
one.
being, no, like a bunch of like my kids
What?
ended up.
That's so
And
cool.
like, cause she brought like 3 like 5-gallon water bladders. She hung up from the tree. She goes camping with her family.
Like,
so
that's
so
pretty
she
smart.
so like, but it kept them like their motivation up and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see them like go through this evolution. And I'll talk more about it in my overall thoughts at the end. Because I ended up with the worst job on the camping trip.
No. Before that, so
So
because I didn't even hear about you doing that until like the second
after.
day.
Yeah.
So Mark, you got to picture this. So they set up this camps, right?
Yeah.
They have we brought school lunches with us. They do that, right? So it bled into the afternoon setting this camp up. So we set it up, and then they're like, "What's for dinner? What's for dinner?" Mark, I gave them all MREs, military meals.
I've had
Right.
them.
These kids have not.
Were they at least
These
like the
kids
good
have
ones?
never- They were the
Some of
regular.
them.
They were the regular care
Like
pack.
you bought like variety
Care
pack?
Yeah,
pack,
variety pack,
12.
yeah.
Yep.
Were kids trading?
Oh yeah,
Oh, big time.
So I got the MREs, and so we had cases and cases of MREs, right? So we dump them.
by
on
the way,
table.
the worst thing to clean up. That God, just bags of crap
bags of
everywhere.
crap, yeah.
So we
Because there's bears up there where we were.
so we tried to
The
teach
spaghetti
them
ones
about.
though?
Oh, spaghetti mac
dude,
and
I
cheese.
had spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs. But so anyway, the tortellini with cheese was pretty good. But so anyway, you start making these. You try to teach them how to shove everything back in the bags and stuff. But like they're trying to learn how to use the heat packs. I'm like, don't eat the gum, and like they're learning like all the things.
was
Like
so good.
Like I got a candy in mine, or I got a
chocolate.
I got a cracker. I got jalapeno cheese spread.
The jalapeno
And, like,
cheese spread
That's
absolutely
fire,
bangs.
but the crackers typically like
Well, he was in the military,
The
so he ate
saltines,
these, yeah.
they just dry up your whole mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
big
taste
time.
like absolute hell.
Yes, but so the fun part is like they learned a lot and they loved them. They enjoyed
Some
them.
of them. No, it was.
So I
there was
won that,
no.
the-
It was a bright line.
the
It
tuna-
was.
How
It was
many
tuna.
was it one a day? Because
No,
that was just for dinner
We just
for
did
one
it for
night.
dinner for
Oh,
one
okay.
night.
All right.
I
I was
wasn't
like, because
gonna-
that's a whole. That's
I
like
would-
meant to be 2 days.
Yes,
of
I would have
food.
murdered
So-
children if I gave them to them multiple times. No, we did it one night. They all had it that night.
All right.
And then we did
Dunkin'.
We did Dunkin' a run, so everybody had like donuts and bagels for breakfast. And then we had another person ran back to the school, which is an hour away, and so 2-hour round trip. And
Hooked up lunches again.
Brought the lunches back from the school again. And then we did pizza the second
pizza one
night,
night, and then we did breakfast sandwiches and Subway.
Nice.
And
Yeah, so we
Subway
hooked
for
it
the
up. So
last
they-
day. It was a
It
great
was
time.
awesome. It was awesome. So
These
here's the
kids had the
problem,
time of
though,
their lives.
especially with
So
the
did we.
MREs. So that leads me to my worst job of the trip. So, because there's no electricity, because we were on a very
running
water. Like you could see in the picture of the last one of the tent setting up, like we had like just cases and cases and cases and cases of water.
Oh my God, there's the porta potty in the background.
Hey, so you can see in the background there, audio only. You know what a porta potty looks like, I hope. So we had a family size porta potty is what I call it, the Sam's Club size, and then we had the regular size porta potty. Here's a problem after MREs. These guys got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
And the porta potties are the only two things.
we had because
the
they
only-
brought snacks.
And now we could go.
we told the kids they could bring whatever they want as long as they carried it because that's the rule.
You had to hike in
so
with-
they had
'cause you
to
had to
hike in
with
with
it.
it. So we had. I mean, I had one kid that brought a case of Red Bull, not 1 or 2 cans, Mark, a case.
yeah.
And they were trading it the entire trip for food.
Yep.
I'm like,
I mean, smart.
genius.
Yeah.
One of my kids had a
Genius.
duffel
Currency.
bag, and I was like, "What's in that one?" And she was like, "All my snacks," and she unzipped
Yeah.
it, and it
Looks like
she-
Stop and Shop.
She,
You're like,
it
"Oh
looked
my
like she
God."
knocked
Well,
over a
in-
convenience
yeah.
store the night before.
In the military, like the bonuses in the MREs, like the
They're
different
tradables.
they're all tradable.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you'd be like, oh,
Vanilla pound
You
cake, by the
literally-
way,
you li-
is clutch.
fire.
Yeah.
You
So
is the
literally
chocolate-
pick one that's
Chocolate
like
chip cookie is
Where-
fire.
Oh, the
where the
it's like
meal,
brownie
like the
batter.
meal may
Yeah.
not be great,
Oh, the brownie batter, yeah.
but you know the sides that come with it,
Right.
Yeah.
are like 10 out of 10. So you can make you're like,
It's funny
oh, I
because
can
like
get rid of this and
just like it's funny because like from knowing you and like having myself and like my cousin who's in the military, like I know the tricks to some of them.
Yep.
So like one of my kids got
They were
like,
all trading them too.
yeah,
We told
one
them
of my
that.
kids got the chicken chunks, but like
Oh, that's
which
the
by
worst.
no, it is unless you mix the jalapeno cheese and the barbecue sauce with
And
it
you
That's
together
in
with
another
both.
pack.
And
Yep.
And no, it's not.
No. It does come all together. Yeah.
Yeah, the barbecue sauce, but you have to put the jalapeno cheddar cheese and then you put it on the tortilla, and that's how it's actually really good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that makes them all have to go to the bathroom because it's just like 4,000 calories. It's meant for 2 days.
It's meant for 2 days. Yeah.
And
I did explain that to the kids.
so they're all embarrassed because they don't want to hear, because
they've been snacking all day.
and they've been, but like the porta potty is a cavern for farts. You toot in there and it sounds like a trumpet going off. So they were packing the porta potties with toilet paper, which is a problem because you need it to get down into the blue juice to eat all of the toilet paper away.
I feel like this is the Red Planet space juice.
Yeah. It shouldn't be.
The space juice. We should just cut. It's space juice.
Space juice. So it started to get bad because they kept piling up toilet paper and they were going to the bathroom on it.
Which means nothing's actually going into
Nothing's getting down into the liquid. So I recognized this problem. Thankfully, I recognized this problem early.
I did not, by the way, because I never went into the porta potties.
And
I just
I didn't.
bear in the woods, man.
Yeah, I didn't either. And thankfully, we all have driver's licenses in CDL. So like, I took a trip to Duncan one morning and used their facilities.
Oh no, I was in the woods.
To pee.
I was smiling at bears, waving at beavers.
You were pooping in the woods,
buddy.
dude? Never mind. I'm gonna move on with the story. So
There's leaves you use and leaves you don't.
if they're don't pick up the 3. So anyways, no, I didn't use the porta potties really either. But one of the kids came up to me and they're like, "Mister, this is just devastatingly awful." And I opened it and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's a war zone in there.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I was like, "There's only one thing to do. You got to stir the soup."
Wait, what?
You got to stir the soup. So I went into the woods and I found,
Oh no.
I was like,
Hold on. So you said this was your job, but you took this upon yourself.
but if I didn't, yes, I did
Wait
take
a
it upon
minute,
myself.
now like
but-
my whole brain process is changing here. Like that blue liquid, that like
everything has to be below the liquid or it won't dissolve. It eats all the toilet paper and it eats all of the yucky stuff.
It also provides a quote unquote nice scent.
It's like poopery, but it also has bacteria in it that eats. It's like septic. It's like septic.
It helps
stuff.
dissolve everything down.
Yes. So if everything's above it, it can't dissolve it. So you have to get everything below the water line.
I was gonna say, why would things be above it now?
Because they're stacking the toilet paper.
Because they didn't want. They didn't want
I know
the
what that
noise.
looks like. I've looked in a
They don't want the
porta potty
noise.
before.
Yeah.
So you have to get it below the water line.
You're at a concert.
Right.
It's 2 hours in,
Oh no.
and you walk in. You're just
Right.
like, I'm not going.
They need
right
to
now.
make a
Like,
porta potty
yeah.
with like a crank on the side. You crank it 2 or 3 times before you get in.
See, now that's a good
that's a good
invention.
idea.
Because you got to stir the soup.
Churn
Instead,
that soup.
Ted went into the woods.
Instead, I was like, I was Poop Gandalf from Lord of the Rings because I found
need
a
to get
big
you a hat
stick.
for next year.
Yeah, I had a big stick, and I didn't have to go in because I picked a long enough stick with like a hook on the end so that I could just open the door and stand from the outside.
Oh my
Get it down in
God.
there and just stir the soup.
That's why in the military you dig holes
Right.
and then you just cover it.
Well, there's certain things that I don't want to teach my kids, and that's one of them because I don't want to see them out there like cats shitting in the woods.
So wait a minute. They were
To be
they
honest,
were,
they had a pretty good camping trip though.
Yeah.
Like
No, it was
they had
great.
cover. They had like
So it was,
Yeah,
so it was
oh, yeah.
bodies. Like
but-
it could have been a lot
so
different.
So my self-appointed job was I had to keep the waist below the water line because that's the only thing. Because also it was hot and humid.
I have
If I didn't, that's why it would. Because there were times when it stunk really bad when you walk by the porta potties. That's because the soup hadn't been stirred.
I have a question about the soup.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but you
How
can
deep
ask
is the
me.
bowl? Like I feel like if I'm gonna stir, now I have questions about how deep
Yeah.
a porta potty
About 3
Like-
feet.
Yeah, that sounds right.
that deep.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's more than you think.
Because
Like,
once I stirred it, like once you get everything down, like the blue, like you can see the liquid rise up because it immediately sucks all the solids get pulled to the bottom because whatever that stuff is made out of, and I'm not a scientist. Any porta potty people out there who know what this stuff is made out of?
this magic gel is. Yeah.
'Cause
Magic
it pulls,
space juice.
Well, that's why it doesn't stink because it pulls all the solids to the bottom like a septic tank. And so
I
soon
wonder
as
if you could use that liquid for other things in your life.
I I can't imagine a lot of applications.
Like this is good for fertilizer.
I think it's made strictly for
No, all the solids at the bottom, maybe. But anyway, so that was my job. After the MRE night, it became very clear that the only because if I didn't do it as well, because the kids are like, "Why are you doing this?" And I was like, "Because if I don't," so this is how dedicated as a teacher I am. Because if I don't, you will refuse to use the porta potty.
Well, pretty soon they wouldn't be able to because
And you would
above
or you wouldn't be
height
able
of
to, and like
above the height
I'm
of
not
the
having
toilet.
the trip cut short, and I'm not gonna have people like not be able to use the bathroom. So like if that's the burden, I guess I was multiple characters. I was Frodo, I was carrying the ring of poop. I was like, if I have to carry this burden to Mordor, I will, because we have to and it was a lesson. The kids afterwards were like, now we get it. Like there's certain things at a camp that just like, there's things that have to be done, and there's jobs that suck.
And I did not know this, and now I want to patent a
churn,
porta potty churn,
like a butter churn.
Before you get in the toilet,
That's a horrific. By the way, the visual's horrific.
Before you get in that toilet, give that thing 3 or 4 cranks. Spin the wheel, and the price is right. The poop is right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Come on, $1.
You gotta churn. You gotta churn. Yeah, if you get $1,
you get it's got to make one full rotation, Bob. Yeah. Like.
That's great.
Wouldn't be that hard. I mean, really, just like 4 like flaps.
Yeah,
that
just
kind
like
of
a butter churn.
No. I'm way past both you guys. I got
with a blade. If you get a blade though,
yeah, I got the
DeWalt.
I got a DeWalt paint stirrer. I'm gonna stick that thing in there. It's gonna spray paint all around the sides.
Actually, you know what? That wouldn't have been good because if I had to come out wearing it,
poop all around that thing. That's
okay. Let's move on.
All right, cool.
But anyway, that was my job. So the next funny thing, and I hold you in utter contempt for this. I don't hold you in contempt for the soup stirring because like. I don't think a lot of people. That was like I
didn't even know about it.
That's what I'm saying. I was an unsung hero. I was like
I didn't know about it till we left.
Yeah, I was like, a job needs to be done, and I'm going to do the job. You know, I'm just going to get out there. I'm going to do the thing. But I do hold you in contempt for this next thing. So we set these tents up. Now, can you go back to the picture of like inside the tent? Sorry, listeners, it's gonna be a little bit longer episode.
Those are
probably
military
today.
cots.
Yeah.
So we had, that's what our tent looked like.
So Goose, if you're looking, so this is inside. This is his students. Their cots. Now, if you'll notice, the cots they all look pretty sturdy.
That's gotta get bleeped out.
Oh yeah. So if you look inside, yeah. So in his school, you see his cots. They're very sturdy looking. Now I don't have a picture of my tent, but we got ones that were tension. Like you just had to unfold them.
So to be fair.
Oh wait. So ours were now Dave says to me, well, these are the new ones. You're going to love it.
So to be fair, we had all of the cots were donated.
Yeah.
So we had these military cots donated. They were military surplus. We were able to get them. And I think we had 30 or 40.
Oh yeah. No, I appreciate it. I just want to hear why I hold you in
the
contempt.
other cots that you have were not these ones.
Right.
Similar still cots.
Sure.
But much cheaper.
Yeah. That became apparent very quickly.
40 of those too. So
now I appreciate that you hooked that up for us.
We have something to sleep on.
However, let me make it clear that I appreciate you and the hard work you did to get us something to sleep on. But I feel like it was a deliberate action why that tent is full of all of those and my tent was full of all of mine.
Oh, because so you got none of the new ones.
Only after some of them literally snapped under the weight of my students sleeping.
This is my tent. So we had the military ones, which are rigid. They're the tubular.
Yeah. So in my tent, the problem wasn't actually so much the construction because only a couple of them buckled, and it was like we had to figure out. And it's again life lessons, learning experience that you got to be super easy getting on and off of them. It was not the structural part of it that was the problem. It was lights out, and anytime anybody moved more than 1 millimeter, it sounded like you took a balloon and we're just rubbing
That's
it.
actually a really good description of what
And
it sounded like.
So if you're, think of what a balloon sounds like if you just grab it.
And then you move your hands on it, and it makes that noise. Like, that's exactly what it sounded like, actually.
That was pretty good.
So
It's exactly what it sounded
in
like.
my tent, it started to be quiet for a second.
Well, you have now 35
students and 2
35
adults.
teenagers who are laying flat on their backs and decide, I need to roll over.
I have to roll over.
Or I need to get my cell phone charger and
It's
battery out of the bag.
It's 2:47 a.m. and I need those Takis. And
I wish there was that sound that we could make right now.
I wish I do have one of my students recorded it in the middle of the night because, or if it was just rolling over, it would start on one side of the tent. One person would roll over, and we called it the Symphony of the Cots, Mozart, in C major. One kid would roll over, and it would be like the green light, be like, well, now I'm gonna roll over. Now I'm going to roll over. Now I'm going to roll.
Like
and
when
it would just
someone-
move
when
its
someone
way through the
sniffles,
tent.
everybody else sniffles.
Yeah, it would move its way through the tent. But then because it sounded so funny, then you'd have kids laughing.
yeah.
And then the laughter would go around the tent. And the best part was, and this is like, I loved this trip, by the way. I know we're like talking, this is not a button hit. None of this is negative, like the stirring, none of this. Because it was amazing. So I'm laying in my, it's pitch dark in these things, by the way. It's this
no
wilderness
lights.
dark.
Yeah.
And so I'm laying there and I'm trying not to laugh. I'm giddy. I'm like, every time somebody rolls over, and then it'd go around the tent and you'd hear. But I'm trying to be like the responsible adult.
Well, then every once in a while, one of the cots would collapse.
Yeah,
Mark, these things were not very good cots.
Randomly, a tent,
you would just die.
You would just hear
And
the
you're
leg.
like
You just hear the legs. You just hear the legs give out.
A kid just gets voted off the island.
just hear the legs
just
give out.
disappears. Like,
Can I
where'd
interject
Jimmy
real-
go?
Just looking at this picture, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on real quick too. What is
That's a changing tent.
That's a changing. That kid
because they're all in there. So you can go
I
in and
didn't bring
change.
that. I don't give a crap. But the kids were like, "Oh, I'm embarrassed," and so they brought
Well,
that.
we
to
had
change
three.
it.
We had 3 at our
Which, to be
site.
fair, is
I wasn't
pretty
sure
cool.
if Ted like brought his sauna or like.
No,
No. I did go in the. I did do an ice
he
plunge. Though. I
jumped
went
in
in
the
the, I went in
river.
the creek in the morning. Yeah.
The kids were all looking like he's crazy. But
Yeah.
so anyway, so I have a funny story about the Symphony of Cots because the first night.
Symphony of Gods.
This you will see why. So I was my tent wasn't a problem. My tent was we had one kid who I feel really bad for the kid. He's a great kid and it's not his fault. And we ended up being able to make light of it later on. And now it's kind of it's a funny positive. But this kid was a freight train of a snorer.
Oh yeah.
And if you look at that, like no one's sleeping, And but it was really cool. The next night, the kids rallied together and like they made it even better. Like it's hard to describe it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, so our tent we didn't have a problem with noise other than because it was too quiet almost, right? So which was nice. But you hear every cricket outside. You hear everything.
Yep.
So the second night, everybody's we're getting the kids. We had a hard 10 o'clock lights out.
Yep.
Rule, very hard. Everybody was in bed by 10 o'clock. You
can't get out of bed.
9:30.
7.
9:30 we get them started. To make sure that it was done. Yep. And so the second night, everyone's getting a little bit more comfortable. So I'm like, I'm gonna do the teacher chaperone thing, and you don't know this. I was gonna say be the teacher chaperone thing, and I'm gonna sit outside in the dark in one of the camping chairs and see if I see kids going off into the woods or doing stuff they shouldn't.
I would have been one of those kids. Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Well, you'd be surprised. We didn't have any of them.
No, because they
Which
were too
was-
scared because it was too dark and there were bears.
And there's
True.
actual
Alright, fair,
bears.
yeah.
So, which was awesome.
My kids woke me up I had to
Yeah.
walk in the middle of the night. My kids would wake me up to bring them to the porta
Yeah.
potties
Yeah, it
because
was-
they were scared to go in the dark.
Yeah. So I mean, it was legit. So I'm sitting in the dark,
This is
right outside both tents, in the middle of where both tents are. So I was towards towards your tent of our site. So I'm sitting in a camping chair, just sitting there watching the stars and watching the lights go out slowly, and I watch all this stuff. And it finally gets to be dark. It's 10 o'clock. I hear all the teachers say, "All right, guys, that's it," right? And so everyone's quiet, right? I hear little giggles from one side of the camp, and I hear little giggles from the other side of the camp. And then after about 2 minutes, 5 minutes,
A lull.
it's completely quiet on both sides, and I'm like, this is cool. You know, I see, you know, 2 kids going to the porta potty together and then coming back, you know, like, so like stuff you expect. And I see nothing bad, which is awesome as a
Our
teacher.
kids were great. Yeah.
They were super good. But so after a couple minutes, I'm like, I guess I'll go to bed. And then I'm just about to get out of this camping chair, Mark. And then I hear that first balloon noise. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, like in my brain, I'm like, this sound like you have taken every horsehair of a violin string and tightened it as tight as you could, and you just strummed it all at the same time. It's like, did somebody just play a violin somewhere around here? Like it was the weirdest sound. And then I hear a wave from only one side of the camping site of this noise, and it just goes on, and I can't describe it because it's the craziest thing I've ever heard, and it just goes through, and then I hear the wave of laughter afterwards. I'm like, and this other tent is completely quiet, and I'm like, oh my God. And then
the symphony of the cots.
And I'm sitting there like in the woods, like now I'm trying not to laugh because I'm in the middle of the woods, like, and I'm trying to laugh, and I hear this symphony. I'm like, oh no. And then it goes on and goes on, and then like it dies out.
It goes out for a second.
Goes down, and then it starts again.
Yep.
And then it starts again, and then
About every
it dies out
17 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is insane.
That was funny.
It was insane.
And I was trying to be like the adult.
But then I heard one collapse.
Yeah.
And then you hear a kid cry, and then like you have you hear another cot get replaced. Like there's not another. Like you hear
that was
whisper.
me. I was like,
you hear the
we
whisper.
only have one left.
You're like, it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, I do have a picture of one of my kids. Their tent was in a V, and I was like, "Why didn't you wake me up? Like we had one extra." They were like, "I was out. I didn't realize that it was like this until just now." So it was an amazing trip. But there was one other thing before we sign off today. I know it's a long episode. We'll probably edit it up a little bit. We had Goose. So we had like, besides like the tent setting up, the team building, all this other stuff, we had planned to do a search and rescue
Oh no.
activity with the kids. And it's going to be up one. That's going to be the first one. Up one more. Where you're don't click it yet. Don't click it yet. So we had a search and rescue scenario set up that Dave was going to be lost in the woods, and
Because we have a bunch of EMT students, so
yeah,
we were gonna
do a
have to
Stokes
find
basket,
me. They were
bring
gonna
them
have to
out,
split my leg,
and
like,
this whole thing
figure
set
out
up.
how to find me.
But that morning, Dave was like, "Hey, I'm going to take the kids on a nice hike. Whoever wants to go. There's a nice lookout. This, that, the other
Well, a
thing."
lot of these
And I'm going
kids
to no, you take over. I will be right back.
a lot of these kids have never been outside, Mark. Like I say not outside, but like they've never been away from home for the night. They've never been in the woods. They've never been camping. They've never been a lot of this stuff, and they're loving it. I mean, we're watching kids learn how to fish for the first time, how to like they're just absolutely loving nature. Some of Ted's kids were like playing in a stream. Like it was just awesome. It was super cool and heartwarming to see all these kids enjoying nature.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to take them on a hike. I none of this was pre-planned. That's a big problem, Mark. But we didn't have we had a very short time to plan this trip. And so I said, I'm going to plan this hike. So if you click on that, this is the trail map I had. And I said, all right, so zoom into somewhere near where that circle is. So I said, okay, these look like fairly easy hikes. So I said, I'm going to take them on a short hike. So where that circle is drawn on the picture, if you look just to the left of it, there's a point to the Lighthouse Trail, and there's a little star there. Yes, that star. So that star is where we started, all right? So I said, how hard can this be? The worst that happens is we take a loop back. So if you zoom back out, so I plan to start at that star and follow the blue and yellow up to the left. Nope, the other way. All the way up. Yep, keep going. All the way up.
To Falls Cut Off Trail?
Scroll up. Just keep scrolling up. All the way up, around. See how that trail goes all the way down and around? Like
Big Spring area.
Yeah, that entire trail. That was what I had planned. That is a 3.7 mile trail. Online, it looks beautiful. There's beautiful oversights and everything like that. Mark, we never made it past those 3 stars on the front. That's right there. Oh, no.
No, not even that one. No. Go down one.
Oh,
those 3 right there.
Yeah, those
these.
3.
Yeah.
Never made it past that. So here's what happened. All right. This was a 3.7 mile hike. That blue yellow line all the way around the outside is 3.7 miles, right?
Yep.
So I said, we'll just follow this red white trail up to this blue thing and then connect. We'll be perfect. What could go wrong, right? This is Mark. If you look at that, it's 0.2. I'm like, we got this, no problem. Yeah, that 0.2 is straight up. That's why it's red and white. Me not being a trail person,
I knew this.
I did not. I did not, and I screwed up.
Red,
so
red and yellow on anything typically means
so
hard and harder.
Well, it's like ski trails. Like green is the easiest, but then you get blue.
I did not know this. Anyway, I did not know this. So the other thing is when I said I'm going hiking, does anyone want to go? Out of 70 kids, I figured I'd get 5, maybe 10, because there's other things to do. You can go fishing. You could just relax at the site and stay in your damn cot if you want.
You got exactly 24 that the bus holds.
Yeah. I had 37.
You had 24 like the bus holds.
I had 37 kids that said, I want to go hiking. And I'm like,
you had over half.
I'm like, wow. So like in my brain,
the campsite, because we had planned, sorry to interject. We had planned, we're like, hey, let's do a choose your own adventure for the morning.
They can rotate.
I said, I'm going to do, because we had a big chimney. I said, hey, I'm going to do a nice bonfire with the kids. I'm going to show them how to do fire starting. I'm going to, just talking to them about camping and stuff at my section. But
so anyway, so
a couple of guys were going fishing. He was going hiking.
I did not expect this many kids, right? And so so part of me was heartwarming, like, oh, they want to go hiking with me. That's so cute. Like I have so many kids, right? And so I see what these kids are bringing, and I'm like, everybody needs a bottle of water. We all have to have one bottle of water. So here's some bottles of water. And you're gonna get warm quick. So why don't you leave your sweatshirts on the bus? And so we get on the trail, Mark. We are about a football field into this thing, 100 yards, maybe. And these kids look like I have committed, like, oh my God. So to be fair, in my brain, I'm like, wow, this is way harder than I thought. Like, I bet you at the top of this mountain, it's flat the rest of the way. Like, that's all I kept thinking, right? And so we start climbing, and like, there's a couple kids that want to go ahead, and kids that are really,
slogging
slower.
Behind, yeah.
And so like, there's like, we're all varying levels of difficulty with this. And to be fair, I was close to the back myself, right? And so we're climbing this thing, and so I said to the kids in front, I go, don't go ahead. The second you get to the top, stop, and that's that. Stop. You wait for everybody, right? That didn't happen. And so the problem is if you have 5 or 10 kids, that's not a problem. You can see everybody. 37 kids. I have a snake mark that is a mile long. All right. And I get to the fork and I see kids on one side of the trail, and I see. Let me put it this way, Mark. I want you.
Wait, is this the star at the top, right?
Oh, okay. No, we're not even there. We did not make it that way. So let's get to maybe that first red slash. No, yeah. Right, so like, scroll back.
Hold on, let me just
scroll back. Zoom back out. So anyway, this is where I am at, Mark. All right. So we're climbing a waterfall. That's how steep this thing is. All right. We're climbing a waterfall. And we get to the first I'm staying in the back, making sure I'm helping the students and so at this point, not even 15 minutes in, I have an armful of Stanley cups, because yes, let me bring a 15-pound water bottle on a hike. So I have an armful of Stanley mugs. The other arm is an armful of sweatshirts, which I told the kids to leave on the damn bus, right? So I am now.
We're gonna get him to swear this episode.
I am now a Sherpa. I'm no longer a teacher. My job is a Sherpa, and I'm carrying all of these students' belongings, helping students. I have one kid that's trying to breathe through the inhaler on his asthma pump. I'm like, no,
and you were
stop. After 2 pumps, stop. He's like, no. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. It's not giving you air. Stop using your inhaler, right?
0.1 miles into a 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's as a teacher.
Off the rails.
As a teacher, I'm like, just send in the helicopters. Like, I need Lifestar. Like, this is insane. Like people are gonna die here, right? So you got to picture this. Like, I have one arm full of Stanley cups, one arm full of sweatshirts and hoodies. I have a kid that is trying to breathe through an inhaler. I have other students that are like trying to drink out of this waterfall. I'm like, no, please don't do that. You're gonna get
That was one of my because she's like, we're on FaceTime. She's like, look how pretty it is. She's like, should I take a sip? I was like,
no.
Hey.
No,
I was like, don't do it. Whatever. I said, where's? They go, he's back there somewhere.
Oh, it gets worse. So I get to the first intersection of the trail mark, which isn't on that map, I might add.
Nope. No,
I get to the first intersection. Mark, no lie, I'm a football field in. Of a 3.7 mile hike in my brain, I'm a football field in. I get to the first intersection, and we're climbing up a waterfall, Mark. I see at least a dozen students on a trail on the other side of the waterfall, and the other ones probably 100 yards higher than me on this side of the waterfall. And I'm like, oh, God, no. So I have students on both sides of the waterfall at this point, and I'm 100 yards in, Mark. 100 yards in, and I have students on both sides of an impassable waterfall. It's a waterfall. And they're so far ahead on both sides that I don't know what to do. And I'm like, oh,
wait,
no.
hold on. Let me, at this point, you have texted me. Hold on, let me go back. Because at this point, you've texted me.
Oh, I did right at that moment.
You did.
Right at that moment, I'm like, I'm in a lot of trouble. Mark,
where did you text me?
I legitimate fear and panic. Like,
all right, so at this point, you had texted me, and you had said, things aren't going the way that I thought they were going to go.
That's not what you want to write. Like,
things are
no, it gets way worse.
Because
we haven't even started this story.
Because
like this gets way worse. Way worse.
Viewers, this is going to be a longer episode, but it's worth it.
Kids.
I promise.
I've
this
lost
is a great
6
episode.
kids. I still don't know where they are.
Well, that's so this is not going the way that I thought it was going to go. Kids are taking offshoot trails. I can only I can see about half of them. I have to go back, have lunch on ice, because I have to go find the rest of them.
9 o'clock, Mark. I thought on paper it said it was an hour and a half hike. At this point, I'm already like, lunch is off. We're never gonna make dinner. Like,
it was have lunch on ice, and then it was like jumbled, and I was like, what are you talking about? And it was like, have lunch on ice. Not sure, gonna be back at right time.
Oh my God.
I'll keep posted. And I said, because I wasn't sure what he was talking about. I was like, yeah, John just got here.
the kids all thought this was like a nice nature hike, and so did I, to be fair.
Yeah. I go, John just got here. Everything is good. I'll have the lunch set up on tables like we did last time. I'll wait till
I'm not reading any of this, by the way.
Yeah, no.
I'm literally like fishing a kid out of the river.
So just like you and I, we have read receipts. So it's like, just like last time, I'll wait till you're back. We'll all eat together. No sweat. It's still early. Everybody's just still doing their thing. No response.
So this, I gotta fast forward.
No
this
response.
story
Yeah.
only because this story is absolutely insane. I send kids up on one side to go stop the kids from making any forward progress. That's what I was calling it. This is war. And I have kids on this side. I send them to stop making no forward progress. And I have all kids follow the trails they took back to where they were, so that I can now collect and do a head count and find all these kids. Mark, it took an hour and a half to find all 37 kids. An hour and a half. I had to go back down that.
I'm going to interject. So now I'm going to interject again, because this is call number.
Even worse.
So this is call number 1. So first was the text. Then I get call number 1. And
I'm not even there yet. I'm still. Oh yeah, I'm still far away from call number 2.
No. This is call number 1. He goes, "Hey," I said, "Everything good?" He goes, "Shut up. Listen." I go, "Okay." He
This
goes,
is bad, man.
He goes,
this is real bad.
He goes, "I have."
To be fair, I thought this was a casual nature
I have
walk
to say,
too.
and
I didn't know. I thought we were going to look at birds. Like I didn't know what this was.
I have to give him a lot of credit because I'd asked him, I was like, "Do you want me to come?" And he goes, "No, I got this. It's good. No worries." And it's but even in the midst of this, his like brain worked. So I go, "Everything good?" He goes, "Shut up. Listen to me." He goes, "I have 37 kids here. I currently have 32." He goes, "Lunch is going to have to wait." And now at this point, I believe at this point.
Oh no, it still wasn't up that line.
No, definitely not in the circle. But you were I think you were at the top. You were the top star at this point.
Nope.
Somewhere. Okay. So he goes, hey.
Yeah, that's the path mark. That red blue thing.
He goes, shut up. Listen, I got to go find the last 5. I'm definitely disciplining some of my kids. It's all because I was like, he goes, all your kids are here. They're all too scared. It's mine. All right, I gotta go. And I go, okay.
I never ended up needing to, but they would just go off on their own. Like they would just go off on their own.
I go, okay. He goes, all right, hold lunch. Bye. So that's call number 1.
What time was it?
So, oh my God.
Now it's
10:30.
Okay.
Like, I got in the trail at 9. Like,
yeah, now it's about 10:45 because now the kids at the campsite who are fishing and who are with me doing fire starting because they're now starting to come get lunch and they're going,
oh yeah,
where is everybody? And I said, well, just call me. He said they're going to be back soon.
So I finally get everybody together, right? Which, by the way, I am fairly in shape-ish.
You are.
However,
copper poisoning. But in shape.
Yes, that's another episode. However, yes, as a teacher, you always have to show the kids that you got
a hard charge.
You got this, right. You have to hard charge. You work through it no matter what. Mark, I hiked this mountain 8 times before we got to this point because I had to go up and down to get kids and bring them back. Like get kids and bring them. I mean, I climbed. I must have went 30 miles. But so anyway, I'm personally not doing well, but I'm faking it. I'm like, oh, you guys are supposed to be the spry young ones. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm definitely not gonna be able to get out of bed.
I'm gonna have to borrow the kid's inhaler.
Yeah. Give me the oxygen in that inhaler, kid. You know, like, so I finally get everybody together, and I'm like, this is how we're gonna do this. All right. I have one kid who was
hold on. So we're at 37 kids again.
Yeah, I have all 37 kids. I'm like, we can't do that again. And I brought them all together. I sat them down. I explained why. I explained the problem. I said, we just wasted an hour and a half of this hike because we had to go do this, that, and then I took responsibility. I said, I thought that this was going to be a nature hike. Clearly it's not when we climb that cliff. I get it. And they're like, yeah. So but we make this pact.
No, you are at the top star at this point.
No. So we make this pact. The problem is we're 3/4 up and we can't go down.
Right.
Because it's so steep. I know kids will die if we go back down these slippery rocks. So I'm like, we have to keep going. So I'm like, I grabbed the one kid who's a sophomore who's was a Boy Scout or whatever, and like really knows these trails, not these trails, but knows how to hike really well, knows everything. Was my right hand man on this trip, which was awesome. But I say, this student is now going to be in the front, and then I'm going to be in the back. And nobody should be past this student or behind me. And that's how we're going to do it going forward. And we're going to have a great time, right? And so I met up with him. I'm like, go to this star.
Yep.
When you get to this blue right-hand turn, just stop. We're never going to make this trip. We're just going to do the loop and go back.
Yeah.
So I figured we would just go down the blue one and go back down the blue yellow, right back to where we started.
Back to the
just
bus,
do that loop. I'm like, that's
fine. Not bad. Yeah.
That's fine, right?
Because point 1, like point 1, point 4,
right.
we're in.
I said, that's not bad. We're going to be just,
less than a mile.
We're just going to, we're going
0.7 miles.
We're going to be just fine,
0.7 miles.
We're going to be just fine. So we get to the star as a group. I'm like, that worked. Okay, great.
We're here.
And so I look at that student and I say, okay, we're going to go to this star and you're going to wait. You're going to stop. And he goes,
so now you're going here, right?
Yep.
Right.
And I go, you know
That's
what?
where it all goes bad
And so
again.
if you look at that map, I go, you know what? We're good. When you get to the star, just start going down the blue, yellow. Let's get back for lunch. He goes, okay. And so, because I'm like, this isn't hard to see. It says Jesse Gerard Trail. It's a major trailhead off of that. And
major.
all the major trailheads have those wood posts that have the words on it. So I'm like, this is fine. I'm like, I got you. When you get to that trail marker, just start going down.
Yep.
And just make sure everybody stays with you and that nobody goes ahead of you, and I'll be fine. I'll catch up.
Yeah.
He goes, okay. Mark. So I'm in the back and I have 6 or 7 students with me. And we're going down this blue road, which by the way, at this point, that blue road, it's about a car and a half wide. This is a big trail. Like all the other ones were like hiking paths. This was a bigger trail. So I'm like, this is fine.
We're
all
good. We're in
gonna
the
be
money.
completely fine.
Yep.
You know, we're hiking wide instead of long. You know, like this is gonna be fine. So we start getting up ahead, and everyone's going down this trailhead, and I'm like, yep, this is it. I mean, this trailhead.
We figured it out.
This trailhead's probably a car wide. So I'm like, we're good. This has to be that Jesse Gerard trail. So everyone's hiking down that, and we catch up to everybody, and everybody stopped. And I'm like, I'm good with this because everybody's here. And that one student comes up and says, I don't think we're on the right trail. And I'm like thinking to myself, we've been hiking a very long time. This is not good. And so I'm like, okay, why do you think that? He says, well, it's the widest trail, and it's the first one, and it was about, he says, I feel like it was a little bit more than a tenth of a mile, but I didn't see anything. I go, yeah, either did I. He says, I haven't seen any trail markers. I haven't seen any blue, yellow tags on the trees. I haven't seen anything. He's like, we've been hiking for quite a while, and now we're going back up. I'm like, I think I would have done exactly what you've done, and I would have stopped exactly where you've stopped. I would have contemplating exactly what you're contemplating right now. And I'm like, now,
And this kid's a good kid, right?
He's super good. And now in my brain, I'm like, you have to know what you're doing, Dave. You have to know. You have to just know. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, tell you what, keep everybody here. I'm gonna run back to the blue, just run down, see if I see the actual trailhead, and run the other way, and just see if I see the trailhead, and then we're good. That way we're not wasting everybody's time. I think we're on the right trail. He goes, okay, cool. So I leave everybody there, and I'm like, and so I start walking back down, and these two kids are like, oh, I want to go with you. I'm like, no, really, I'm good. I'm gonna
stay here.
I'm gonna be running. I'm like, I just want to see if it's down there. Like, I'm good. I'm like, fine, whatever. So I take two kids with me, erroneously. Not a good idea. So I'm now fairly sprinting, power walking back down the trail. I get back to the blue. I take the right, and so now I'm going back down. Now zoom out just a little bit. Right, now scroll up just a little bit. Nope, the other way. Sorry. So there you go. Perfect. So I'm now jogging down the blue looking for this Jesse Gerard pylon, right? I'm like, we probably didn't get to it yet. I'm like, it's got to be there. And I get to the Agnes Bowen, and I'm like, oh no. So now I'm alone with two kids.
Hold on. So you went.
To that star.
Yep. Right. So that's where I am. And the kids are basically where the blue-yellow line connects with the circle I drew. They're all staying right there. No, yeah. On the blue-yellow trail, right there. All the kids are there. And I'm now down at the Agnes Bowen trail, and I'm like, oh my good God. Right? So
here's call number 2.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. So I'm like, oh God. So we've gone downhill quite a ways. So I have to go back up hiking now again. So I take these two kids with me, and I'm like, all right, guys, this is the map. This is where we are. And they're like, oh no. I'm like, yep. So let's go back. So we jog back to the star, and yep, right there. And I say, you guys stay here. I'm going to go back up and find the Agnes or the Jesse Gerard trail marker, right? And they're like, okay. So I start jogging back up, and I get back to that other star mark. Yes. And I'm like, there is no Jesse Gerard trail. Jesse Gerard is a ghost. We are in grave danger. You're looking
for this, but
yes.
instead you just keep going here to
there.
The Jesse Gerard trail doesn't exist. I'm still convinced to this day that trail doesn't exist.
So now
it's call number 2. Full panic. So now I go and I go back and I get the kids, and I bring them all to that second star, which is in that circle. All right. I get them all there, and I'm like, everybody stay right here. This is what's going to happen. We're going to go back down the trail because we got to get to the buses. I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, we're going back down the red, blue because there's no other way out of this, and we're going to die. We're never going to find our way back. And I don't know where this trail goes, and there's no trail marker. There's no things on the trees. I searched that entire damn line from star to star. There's no blue, yellow markers. There's no blue, yellow anything. That trail doesn't exist. It's not real. And so I'm like, we're just going to survive, and we're going to get back. But the kids don't know that. So I'm like, look, everybody, I'm going to do you the solid. Like, I think this was way harder than everybody thinks. We're not going to be able to make the 3.7 miles. Let's just go back to the bus by now. And they're like, yes, please. And then in my brain, I'm like, I don't think they're going to make that. Like, so I stop everybody, I time out, and I call Ted.
And now it's call number 2. So now I have lunch set up. He texts me. The last text I sent was, he's like, you know, in the call, it was like, everything's good, everything's fine. I found everybody, whatever. My phone rings. I'm like, oh, shoot, I have service. I answer the phone. I'm like, hey, man. Now I'm thinking, because I tell the kids, I said, because they're like, when is lunch? They're like, we're supposed to be having lunch. And I was like, guys, just as you said that, Chris, they're probably pulling up the driveway in the bus right now. So I answered the phone. I was like, give me a second, guys. Answer the phone. I hear.
Well, so you had a picture, Mark. I just jogged from star to star alone because I left all the kids at the second star after I screwed up with Agnes Bowen, which I need to meet these people or figure out who they were historically because Jesse Gerard and I are going to throw fists. But so I jogged all the way back up and I jogged back and forth. You know, I'm trying to be this spry young teacher when I literally have now hiked 2 marathons and now I just jogged to show the kids how easy it is.
We're gonna throw fists.
I just
like that. Actually, that should be the episode name.
So anyway,
so I hear on the phone. I just hear just deep, heavy breath. Just it's bad. And I go, what? He goes, I need you to do me a favor.
we're miles from anywhere.
He goes, I need you to do me a favor. And I was like, yeah, man, anything. I was like, you guys back? Like, you need me to come like get the water out of the bus? He goes, no, I need you to get in your bus.
So the only way I knew this was possible was because this pickup truck was off-roading and off-roaded past us on that blue line. I'm like, there has to be an entrance. I don't care if it's over rocks, over land. I don't care if you have to drive through a friggin' river to get to that blue trail. A truck just drove by me.
He goes, I need you to come get us. I said, well, where are you? He goes, I'm going to send you a picture.
That's the picture I sent him.
And I said,
so scroll out all the way.
I said,
that's the picture I sent him.
I said, okay.
And I said, we're here.
he goes,
somehow you have to find your way onto a road that's not a road.
That's what he's going. He goes, I'm going to send you a picture. And I said, okay. Like a pin? He goes, no. A picture. I'm going to draw.
Would have made sense.
He goes,
and in this scenario, we're
there's
not
no
there,
service.
So yeah.
He goes, I'm going to draw a circle. So
there's no roads.
So I look at my partner.
The blue line is not a road.
No, it's not. That's
the Greenwoods Road is a road. King Road is a road.
There's
no
road between the gray line and the blue line that So see where the black circle is? Yeah. So where your hand is, if you draw a line diagonal to like my left, your right, to the road, where the river is, basically.
Oh yeah, that's
right there.
The road.
There's a road there.
That's where I parked the bus at that start.
Nope, but that's not where we were. That's not the road that I found.
Oh no.
So I look at my partner and he goes,
in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't go to the ag.
He goes,
and that's red, white, too.
He goes,
red,
good.
Blue.
He goes, good for lunch. And I was like, no, I need you to come with me. We have to war table this thing. I got a picture. We have to go find them. He goes, what? And I was like, just come with me. So him and I are sitting in our tent. I have this picture up. He has a satellite map up. And I'm like,
where could they be?
I was like, Dave says there's a road. He says they're intersecting a road, like a state road. And he goes,
I may have misspoke. It was not a state road.
It was not.
It's a dirt road.
It's an actual trail, but it's a road.
It's
on Google Maps.
It's an off-roading trail. So now imagine I'm asking him.
So we
this is how bad it is, Mark. I'm asking him to take a school bus on an off-road, like an actual,
it was wild,
like where you would take an ATV. I'm like,
so
we're not gonna make it.
So we
bring a bus.
So me and my partner. Shout out to Brandon. I wanted him to be on this episode. This would have been super. He's gonna come on future episodes. So him and I line up these phones. I go, here's what I got. He goes, here's what I got. And so I call him back. All I said was, I'm coming. He goes, all right. We line these maps up. Brandon has my phone and his phone in the front seat of the bus. And he goes, you have to turn now. And I turned and I literally slammed on the brakes of the bus and I go, we have to stop right now. I was like, if there is not a way out, nose way out.
Oh yeah, no, there's no way out.
There was, thankfully. I was like, you have to look. I said,
there's no turning the bus around.
Yeah, I said, we have to look. I said, this has to be nose out. I said, well, how far in are they? He goes, you want the good news or the bad news? I said,
they're
good
about
news.
10 minutes in.
He goes, I was like, I want the good news.
10 minutes bus drive.
Just on the dirt road.
Yeah.
I go, good news. He goes, I'm like, give me the good news. He goes, there is a nose out. I don't know if it's open. I don't know if it can handle the weight of a bus.
I didn't know if there's even like log bridges.
Yeah.
That's how
he goes,
that's what level we're
at.
at.
He goes, I don't know if it can handle the weight of a bus. He goes, but there is a nose out way. I go, well, what's the bad news? He goes, they're about 6 miles in from this road. I go, 6? He goes, conservatively, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Using 2 phones.
So, dude, the farther in on this road,
I'm still holding Stanley mugs and sweatshirts.
The farther in on this road I go, him and I are looking at each other, me and my partner. I go, what has he done? We're like, we're like, what? And like, then there's this woman walking her dog, and now here.
School bus.
This woman
is
walking her dog
in the
on this
woods.
trail, and there's a giant blue school bus with 2 adult
driving
men
in the woods
with 2 cell phones out the window because there's barely any service. And she just looks at us, and we just wave, and I honk the horn, and she goes,
okay.
So I finally get to them. So now go to the first video.
I have not seen this yet.
So I
can't wait.
So
I'm so
excited. Brandon goes, we found him. He goes, we did it. We found him. He goes,
that's the view. That's me. I remember that view.
We should
watching the bus come
we should be about there. Right?
Oh, you can hear the kids. Listen to the background. All the kids screaming.
Wait.
Oh my God.
The horn.
So
you can hear all the kids screaming
look
in
at
the
that
background.
road, dude. I drove that.
That's the wider part. It was not like that.
So then this was me because I obviously was having a great time. So here's me coming up the road. So go to the other video. So now these kids are so mad. They're so irate that this happened. So they're Mr. F after picking us up. I'm on the bus going, how was your hike? Did you have a good time? Just play it, brother. Did you have fun? Did you have fun?
So
Mr. Bean.
so I get on the bus, right? And so now I'm still here's the deal. So Mark, I looked at the map. It really wasn't that far. I had done this mountain 6 times already trying to find kids. So I said to myself, I looked at the map myself and I'm like, it's gonna take us an hour and a half to get that other bus. So I said, so me being let me show the students that this really isn't that bad. I stand on the bus. I'm like, all right, everybody. Like, I hope you had a good time. I know it wasn't that crazy. This other kid and I, which I had talked to, I pulled him aside. I'm like, you want to just go get the other bus? I'm like, we know this hike. He goes, yeah, I'll go with you. So me and the other kid were like the Boy Scout. I'm like, let's go just get the bus, right? So I'm like, I hope you all had a good time. I'm like we're just gonna go back and get the other bus. Like it's not it's right there. It's only 200 yards away. And the kids are like, oh, and
they're like, all the kids were already like, goodbye,
yeah.
see you later.
So I get off the bus,
die on the waterfall.
So I get off the bus, and it's me and this other kid and 3 other kids begged to go. I'm like, guys, no, I'm not taking any more kids. We're not doing this anymore. The hike's done. And like these other kids, they wouldn't stop.
So you took them.
So I got 3 other kids. And to be fair, one of them, which by the way, she is an absolute saint. This one of them said, I need to make sure that you're okay. I'm like, oh,
that was very nice.
But she was like,
but you made it back.
I think she like legitimately saw that I was about to die.
Yeah, you were not in a good way.
She's like,
I actually should have gotten off.
She's like, I didn't see you drink any water. She's like, and she wasn't wrong. But so anyway, so I hiked back with those 5 students or however many students there were. I hiked back with those, and we did. We went back and we hiked back down. It was a nice hike. We had a great time. It was nice. But so we get back down. We stopped a couple times and took pictures of the waterfall. It was a nice time. But Mark, we left at 9:00. This was supposed to be an hour and a half total. I got back 6 hours. 6 hours. Hours later.
Yeah, you were behind.
The students got back. I got back 6 hours later, Mark.
So
6 hours.
I'll tell you what, though.
hours. But I got the bus.
Yeah, you did. You did. You know what? And I'll tell you this. This is a perfect ending point for this because this is a long episode.
These kids
but it was worth it.
The time.
But here's the thing. Even through all of that, man, first of all, I would never, all of that was worth it.
100%. I would do it again anytime. And they would do it. They would do the same stupid trail again. Knowing the outcome, they would do it again. They had the time of their lives.
So just to let you know, when we got back, I had students already looking up different campgrounds and we got to go back out again. And
I had students asking me if they could
their
come back over the summer.
Resiliency, it's easy to teach the search and rescue of how to put the two maps together. It's not easy to teach resiliency. It's not easy to teach the teamwork when it's hot and it's sweaty and it's not. And you know what? It's even harder to teach. How do you mend the bridges when you snap at each other and stuff like that? And they all did that.
Yeah.
And I want to end this episode because I want to read to you one thing that I did not tell you.
These students, they were asking me to go back this summer.
So this is
it's amazing.
One of my students sent me this after we got back, and I think it's a very appropriate way to end it from this trip that was my first time out. So I thank you huge for bringing us on this trip because it was amazing.
Whatever you're about to read, save those because I've been saving them for the last 8 years. Those messages
one of my students sent me this after, and if you're a teacher and you're ever wondering about because it was a huge undertaking on our part. I mean, it was not relaxing.
No,
it was not. It was not relaxing. It was not a regular camping trip.
It was gonna be worth it.
But exactly that. It was worth it, and I would do it over and over and over again. So if you're a teacher out there, and we will
next year, you're going to meet Jesse.
Yeah. But if you're a teacher out there and you're wondering, should I do this huge undertaking? You should because it's so worth it. So here's what my kids had to say. Is a group message. One of my sophomores sent me this, and she said, I want you to see this group chat because you, Mr. L, Mr. C, and the other Mr. L really made this worth it for us. So first student, overall, the trip was so fun. I enjoyed it with you guys. Me too. No, seriously, I feel like the trip really brought us all together and made us so much closer. That was the best bonding experience, and I feel like it was something we all needed. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We made sure everybody felt comfortable, and we all made sure everybody had fun and not left out. I loved it. I know we have our ups and downs with each other, but I really did have a good time on the trip. Being stuck in the forest with you guys and lost with Mr. C was one of the best experiences I ever had. I hope you all think that too. I'm happy we got closer. I love you. I love our teachers. For real, we have the best shop. Even if we fight once in a while, we have the most amazing people on our side.
Yes, I mean that.
And that's
cool.
What it's all about.
Yeah, that's cool.
As funny as all these stories are, that's what we do, and that's what it's all about.
I guarantee you they have funny stories too that
100%
we never heard of.
So,
one of my students met a possum.
Yeah.
By the way.
Just
he was going to the porta potty at night, and a possum ran. And she's telling me all this story about her
and the possum.
And the possum just staring at each other.
So I know that was a long episode.
She didn't know what a possum was. Yeah. She's describing. I'm like, sounds like a possum. She's like, it was a thing. Yeah. She's like, it was in a movie.
If you've never seen one before. But I know it was a long episode. Thank you for staying with us. I hope you guys all have a wonderful summer. We're going to be out here vibing. Yeah. Again, this is non-professional development. Please check us out wherever you get your podcasts. Whether it's Apple, Spotify, wherever you get it, please check us out. We are obviously on YouTube. If you want to see the visuals that we're talking about, please come check us out.
Extras.
Yeah. Please hit us up. Join our Patreon. You're going to get a lot of...
We should put some of the pictures up on the picture from the trip.
Yeah, we'll put our...
Exactly. I have some that are so funny.
Yeah, so join the Patreon because we're going to put exclusive stuff up there. It's going to be pictures from our camping trip. Ways that you can get something like that going for your class.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have so much extra stuff going on up there. Yeah. If you saw our little tidbit that got released before, our Patreons, we're going to get all the exclusive content. We're going to have, business stuff up there. We're going to have teaching stuff up there, pictures, exclusives, stuff coming in the future that we are really excited about.
Thank you, Goose, for another great episode.
Yeah, thanks, Goose, for our producing team. He does a great job for all of us out here. So please come back and check us out next week. We'll see you later. I'm Ted.
I'm Dave.
Non-professional development. Catch you later.
Dude, so fun.